Are you not into the makeup look? We're going to do Demi today. Demi is based on color science and the color wheel to help neutralize and correct things like as you go, but it doesn't leave any makeup texture on your skin. So, of all days, I'm doing this when I have like a breakout. I've got some things going on, but I want to show you how cool this is and how it works. So I'm just going to use like these 6 colors for my whole face, and I'm not putting makeup like everywhere. It really is something that you just put where you need it. So I'm going to kind of even out the tone of my skin first, and then I'm going to address like the darkness, the blemishes, and add a little bit of color. So I'm going to use 3 brushes. I'm going to use the shape brush, the spot brush, and the blur brush. These are in the Demi line. They're all 25% off too right now. By the way, yours will be silver with white bristles on them. But I'm going to start out with a little bit of like a bronzer here. So this one is called NR. It means neutral red. Basically, that is going to kind of be my bronzer. You may not understand the numbering system or the coloring system, but what this is doing is it's adding a little bit of warmth to my face, and it's kind of neutralizing where I'm a little bit greenish, dull looking. So I'm not really putting it everywhere, but I'm touching on where I just feel like my skin looks a little bit dull. And if you notice, I'm just lightly tapping. Demi Colour is still a cream foundation, but it is really, really dense, thick, a little bit stiffer foundation, stiffer cream than our 3D foundation. And a little bit goes a long way. Really, all we want to do is just kind of stain the skin. It doesn't really stain, but that's the analogy that I'm thinking of, because your skin still shows through. So it's not like painting it, right? It's not covering it totally. And I'm going to try to stay zoomed in so you can actually see. It doesn't add any texture to my skin. You'll never see it as you would normal foundation. Like, it just doesn't sit on your skin like that. It's really pretty cool. So I've added a little bit of that glow. It already just feels like my skin looks better. Now I'm going to flip over and I'm going to use this color right here. This is NG1. This is actually a color that I use on my brows, but I'm using this as a contour. So we call it Sculpt in the Demi line, and it's just going to create a very natural shadow. I want to go where I'm already naturally shadowed. I'm not worrying about covering any of, like, I can even cover that vein if I want to, but I'm not worried about covering any of my blemishes or discolorations right now. I'm just giving myself a little bit of dimension. And I can even kind of tap into both of these, because that NG, that means neutral green. It has a little bit more green in it than I probably want for my face. It's perfect for my eyebrows though, because with my hair having gray in it, it tends to work really well. So I'm just kind of dusting that on very lightly. But see, when you get up close, it'll never look like makeup, because it's such a light amount, and it actually neutralizes color, unwanted color, and adds color without adding the texture. So it truly is a no makeup look. Now I'm tapping into both. Normally you don't have to mix with these, but I feel like that NG is a little too drab, and the bronzer one is a little too golden to create a shadow. So especially as we mature and our skin matures, we kind of lose that natural warmth that you have. And if you use too cool of colors, it can actually just make you age you. Because really, contouring is creating more of a shadow, but that can also create more sunken in appearance. It can kind of age you. So there we go. Got my shadows on there. Now I'm going to shadow my nose a little bit too. So I'm going to contour my nose. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to dab a little bit in here. And I grabbed the blur brush for this. Oh, way too much. Way too much. Okay, so this is the thing about Demi, is that you really shouldn't see it going on. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. You really shouldn't see any makeup. It should just kind of naturally start emphasizing shadows or diminishing things. There we go, that's better. And I'm really doing it more on the top of my nose. You can usually find where your natural shadow is, but I want to make my nose look a little bit thinner. So I'm trying to just do 2 lines here and get that bit of a, ooh, again, too much, Vanessa. Okay, you can just flip over and blend it off. There we go. You can use a little bit of this under your lip. Actually, I'll come back and use that more as like lip liner, lip color, but you can use that to shadow there, make your lips look a little bit fuller. Okay, let's go into a little bit of the color and neutralizing things. Before I cover any of this redness and stuff that I want to do, I like adding color first. So I added that nice bronzer. I added a little bit of contour with the natural shadows. Now I'm going to grab that shape brush again, and I'm going to use this as blush. Now this one is called 05. It means it's orange level 5. And I have orange level 3, 03 and 01, which are going to cover my blemishes and under eye darkness. These tend to work the best on me. And then this one is R01. This is going to be like a really nice brightener. I'll probably use some down my nose and right in here where I feel like I'm a little bit greenish, because it is a reddish orange. Red is the opposite of green. But look at how pretty, and just the lightest little tap. What a beautiful cheek color this is. And for me, because I have like a lot of redness in this area here, red usually means, if you see red, it usually means there's blue underneath. And that orange in here is kind of calming down the blue, but it's not totally taking away any of my glow. So there we go. Nice. And then let's go in with the spot brush and start covering a few things. So first of all, that thing looks obnoxious. It is really red. Like I just picked it. It's really red. So I know that that means it has a lot of blue underneath. So I'm going to use 03, which is orange 3. And 3 is just the darkness of the level. That's probably way too much product right there. So I just flip the brush over and I'm going to tap it until it disappears. Pretty good. Do the same under here because I'm pretty red always around my nose. But you just need the tiniest bit of product. Yep. If you have a larger area, you can use the other side of the brush. But really you want to make sure that you're using the right size of the brush for what you're covering. So like if I'm just covering this one little dot right here. Sorry, I missed it a little bit. I'm actually only going to put it right on that little dot, and I'm going to use that tiny small tip that's the same size as whatever I'm covering. You know you have the right color when it just disappears. Isn't that cool? I can help you figure out your colors too. It has a lot to do with the color wheel, but it doesn't mean you're using the exact opposite, because we don't want to totally neutralize because we still have skin color. So there's still a flesh color under there. So you don't want to erase all of that. So like here's a little one right here. Ta-da, done. Look at that. And you'll never see makeup texture. If you do, you either have the wrong color, it's probably too light, or you're using way too much. This is not the same as foundation. You really just are spot covering the tiniest little things. And usually when you get those things corrected, you don't need foundation everywhere. And it's such a cool concept. There's nothing like this on the market. There's color correctors, but there's nothing like this that's actually your foundation correcting all in one. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's do like around my eyes. I'm still going to use a little bit of this 03 where I'm the darkest. So I like to look down so I can really see where that darkness is right there. And I'm just going to tap a little bit on. I'll just do this one eye so you can see. I'm going to flip over and I'm just going to soften that. Just the tiniest bit. And then this is a brush cleaning tile. It comes in handy when you're switching colors. Now I'm going to grab the 01, which is a little bit lighter, and I'm going to use that right here to brighten a little extra, but also that wasn't quite as dark blue purple. See that? What a difference, right? Isn't that cool? It's just the tiniest bit. Now I think I see a little bit of a couple like little freckle sunspots there, so I'll just tap on those. I can also use the same one for down my nose. This one or the R01 works for me. So just as a brightener like that. Now let me wipe this off and I'm going to do the R01, which has a little bit more of a pink red in it. And this works great for the corners right here because I am definitely a little greener there. So do you see this difference? Yet there is no makeup texture. Let me zoom in so maybe it doesn't mess with the light so much. See that? No makeup texture, but everything is brightened. That blemish, can't see it. What is that? Oh, that's just a flake on my face. Okay, I see a little blemish here. And this is the thing. I don't think you should be getting all crazy with the magnifying mirror, but I just want to show you how the tiniest little dot can cover things. How cool is that? And this, because you're using such a small amount of product, it's not going to move around. It's not going to settle into fine lines. Demi is the way to go if you want a no makeup look. Like if you want to just look like you have phenomenal skin, this is the way to go. All right, let's do this side because now I feel all bright over here. So I'm going to start with that 03, which was my orange level 3, and I'm going to put this where I feel the darkest, which is right there. Ta-da. Now I'm going to go into the 01, and I'm going to do that one right in here where I'm dark, but I want that to actually look a bit brighter. And I think I could put a little bit right here too. Okay, now I'm going to go into the R01 for that corner and even right there. Most people, when they say they have dark circles, it's really a shadow. It's a lot of a shadow. And that's why I look down like that, because then I can see that shadow a little bit more. And our skin is really thin around our eyes. So you see more of the blood underneath your skin. That's kind of giving you that shadowed effect. So if you want to cover that shadow, here, this will be fun. This is the R01, which has a little bit more pink in it. And I'm just going to tap it on this vein here. I might have got a little too much, so let me blend that a little extra. Let me zoom in so you can see. And now I'm thinking, let me try the orange more, the 03, because that is very blue. There we go. Look how crazy that is. Do you see that? It just almost erased it totally. That vein honestly doesn't bother me that much, but I do know a lot of people that have veins right there and they're like, please, please cover that up. See, here's one right here. Ha! Gone. How cool is this? It's just the neatest stuff. All right, I think that I feel just like I'm a little bit pink in here, a little red. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of on the bigger side of the brush, and I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of that 03 right there. There we go. That looks brighter. And then I feel very shadowed always right here. I have like little hollows there. So I'm going to take a little bit of the 01 and I'm just going to lightly go in that shadow, because when you put a little bit lighter color, it brings things forward. So it kind of looks like it fills it in. Isn't that neat? All right, let me do around my nose because I missed that earlier, I think. All right. You guys, I'm a little bit, I have like a little patch right here always that's a little bit pinker, a little purple. So we'll use a little bit of the 01 right there. But seriously, like that's it. I'm going to clean off the spot brush because I want to show you to fill in my brows. I love this NG on me just because I do have some warmth under my brows from like old microblading. We've been correcting that color for years, but the NG helps neutralize that warmth that's under there. And since I am growing out my sparkles and my hair is a cooler brown color, I don't want to put something too warm on my eyebrows. So this is kind of the perfect complement for that. All right, let's use a little bit of this as eyeliner too. So I'm just going to put it on the under part about halfway. I really almost never go all the way because it can really close in your eyes and it can create a harsher looking line, which can date you. Okay. All right, let me grab the blur brush and let's do some eyeshadow with the same stuff. I'm going to use a little bit of the color that I used for bronzer, which was NR. How pretty. So I'm using that in my crease. And I only dabbed into that like 1-2 little dabs. It really goes so far. I think I got too much. All right, let me take a little bit of the NG and just darken up right there, kind of richen up the crease a little bit. And you can either blend with this or you can blend with your finger, doesn't matter. And then you can even use the cheek color on your eyes. You can use anything anywhere, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put a little bit of that right in the center. Oh, I could have used my brush. Sorry, I'm so used to applying eyeshadow right there because it's usually a shimmer and I like to use my finger. Okay, there. Fun, right? And then I can even take the lighter color and use that up in here to really brighten. Look at how much that brightened. And I can use that under my brow to brighten. So everything that's on my face is right from all of these tiny little tins. And I'm telling you, I've had this for a couple of years now. I don't use it all the time, but if you get one of these and you're using it just for little spot cover like that, a year. This will last you a year for sure. The bronzer kind of contour blush, if you're using a lot more of that to cover, a larger area, definitely 6 months. And a lot of these colors are on sale right now too, like 20% off. So it is a really good time to grab them and try this and see what you think. You can also kind of do a hybrid method with your 3D foundation. I do that a lot. I don't spend the time to do my whole face like this very often. But once you figure out your colors, you can really do it in a few minutes. I mean, I'm talking through this, so I really want you to see what I'm doing. But I think that is it. You don't need to set this with powder. You don't need to set this with the setting spray. You can use a setting spray if you want to, but you don't really need to because it's such a small amount of product. It's not going to go anywhere. So, you guys, what do you think? I told you I was going to do my lips. Let me do my lips a little bit. Let me just I'll use the blur brush. I'm going to use a little bit of the NG and the NR just as kind of like a lip liner, but also to create that little shadow too. This works great on your lips because it just stains them so nicely. You don't have to put a lot on. I have a little bit of gloss on right now, but it will stay on your lips if you don't have anything on there really well. You can use, I don't know about this. I'm not, okay, this is pretty good. Since my lips naturally are reddish purple, the orange is actually neutralizing some of that purpley color. Gave me a very natural lip. I like it. Let me even put a little bit of the lighter one in the middle, because why not? All right. Oh, there's one more thing that I wanted to show you. Where is it? Hold on. I know where it is. If you like the illuminator look, but you don't want like a shimmer, and especially with Demi, this is the balm. It used to just come in a small size. Now it comes in a full size. And this is not like a lip conditioner. It's a different formula, but it will just give you a glow. There's no color to it, but it's one of those things, see where the light hits it, and it creates that dewy sheen with, again, without looking like you have any makeup on. You can use this on your lips too if you want to, but just in that area, I think that's such a pretty glow. So that's it. I hope that you learned something. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. And well, I think I need a little bit more of an eyeliner look on the top. There we go. Just on my lash line. This is that NG, which is great because it's neutralizing my red purple veins that I have on the top of my eyelid. Okay, now I really am done. Questions? Yay! Demi? Yay! All right, you guys, you want to try this out? Let me know. It's really fun. It's super natural. It's beautiful. It is your skin perfected with no makeup. All right. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you later.